Hey everyone, welcome to Encouragement Thursday. It's great to be with you today. Today I'm going to continue our series on strength-based leadership. I hope you've been getting a lot out of this. You can hashtag Encouragement Thursday and probably find other videos that I do every Thursday that will encourage you in all kinds of areas of life. Today though, we're going to focus in on strength-based leadership and specifically around communication. Communication can be quite a gnarly thing, and so I want to just give you some tips on it today. A few years ago, my wife and I are out for a walk. We're enjoying our company and sharing and whatnot, and we went in for an ice cream cone. And I made a comment about how expensive ice cream cones have become. And of course, what she heard me say was that she wasn't worth the price of an ice cream cone. So you can imagine that the walk kind of chilled off, not because of the ice cream, because she heard something different than what I was actually saying. And this happens in companies and in organizations and in homes all the time. Miscommunication can be very destructive to your ability to lead. And so I want to just give you a couple of tips today. For example, did you know that in communication, that only 7% of communication is communicated with words. 55% is communicated with body language, and 38% is communicated with tone of voice. Isn't that interesting? The words you speak are only 7% of what you're communicating. The rest is body language and tone of voice. And so as we're leading, as we're strength-based leading, and we want to communicate, we need to make sure that we're paying attention to all the parts of that communication, because our bodies do communicate. For example, if you're in a meeting and one of the team members are sitting there with their arms crossed, they're not paying attention, their body language is telling that they're not interested or they're frustrated by what's being said, they are communicating something to the team, whether they use words or not. And so we want to become very conscious when we're speaking to people, when we're communicating with a team, that we are actually using our body language, our tone of voice, and the words that we use. Remember, words bring life and death. So we do want to be careful with our words, but we also need to be careful with our body language and also our tone of voice. And so I'm hoping that helps you. There's a principle that I heard about called the law of permission from a training program called Bursting Your Bubble. And it states this quite simply. I'm just going to read it to you. No matter how much you say, only what you've been given permission to say is heard. No matter what you say or how much you say, only what you've been given permission to say is what's heard. That's a very powerful statement. So we want to make sure when we're communicating that we're actually communicating with our whole being, but we also want to make sure that we have established that connection in order to be able to earn the right to speak into people's lives. To be able to lead with strength is to actually be able to be invited into speaking into the lives of the people that you lead. And so with that, I leave you with Encouragement Thursday. Remember, because it's Encouragement Thursday, find somebody to encourage, text them, message them, phone them. That's right, your smartphone actually has a phone in it. Give them a call, and I hope you have a great week. We'll talk to you next week.